Sir, this is a retrograde ureterogram of a 40-year-old man who had presented with LUTS, and on examination he had BXO. And we have done his stage 1 urethroplasty.
There is no doubt that this is a pan-urethral stricture with evidence of literitis, multiple areas of narrowing and dilatation, and culminating in a very narrow stricture at the penoscrotal junction. Subsequently, the bulbar urethra is reasonably well outlined, and then there is narrowing at the proximal bulbar urethra with destruction of the bulbar cone, and entry into the prostatic urethra can be seen. There is also evidence of intravasation from the prostatic urethra. The ducts are not clearly outlined, but this is definitely intravasation. There is also false passage in the bulbar urethra, and one can see that there is a streak of contrast going by the side of the regular urethra. Not well opacified, but certainly appears to be there. Just put your arrow a little bit down, a little bit on the center of that thing. Yes, that's right. So from there, if you trace it upwards, you can see that there's another streak of contrast where it may be entering in the main urethra, or it may be just going the tissue, because you can see it. There is a shadow seen over the pubic symphysis. Now, whether this is artifact or whether it's genuine, we need some more images to make sure that this is as it is. This looks like another false passage from the bulb. There's a false passage there, and you can. The thing is that what you're seeing here appears to be a much smaller false passage than what is seen in the previous X-ray, where there's a lot of contrast. So there's no doubt that there is a false passage, but there's a lot of contrast going through that false passage outside. That's the only thing in this X-ray which is. It certainly shows the value of a micturating study in these patients. You can see that there is some shouldering at the level of the bladder neck. There is a wide dilatation of the posterior urethra, prostatic urethra, again showing intravasation into the prostatic ducts. There is definite narrowing and stricturing at the proximal bulb. The extravasation that is seen there at the level of the bulb is seen in that false passage. The bulbar urethra is distal to the stricture, distal to the narrowing in the proximal bulb. The mid-bulbar segment and the distal bulbar segment seem to be well distended. But again, at the penoscrotal junction, there is a narrowing which was seen in the earlier RGU, is corroborated on this X-ray with the complete evidence of literitis, narrowing, irregularity of the penile urethra. There is no vesico-uretary reflux, and the rest of the bladder appears to be normal.
Yes.
There is an SPC in situ in this patient. Yeah, yes.
Sir, regarding this shouldering of the bladder neck or whatever bladder neck hypertrophy is, how would we explain it in a patient with a panurethral stricture? Only it would be secondary to this
obstruction. Secondary to an obstruction, no? Long-standing obstruction. Long-standing obstruction. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Because the bladder is also showing a few changes. So the bladder, sir, what do you comment on the shape of the bladder in MCU?
Well, I think that it's a little low. Looks as though the stricture for a long time, and difficult on this just one film to see the shape, because we would like a cystogram film to see whether bladder is of large capacity. It gives the impression that this bladder may be floppy and large, but we need more images to make sure about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
One would think that in a stricture that you would get only a small bladder, but long-standing obstruction, the detrusor becomes hypocontractile and you can get a large bladder with a high residual urine volume. Just put the next one. This is a full bladder of the same patient?
Post-void, yes, sir.
Well, the post-void
Post-void.
shows a lot of contrast inside and it's a large bladder. There's no doubt about it. And one can see clearly here that the intravasation into the prostatic ducts. There is
Yes.
still some stasis and dye in the penile urethra,
Yes.
showing more detailed irregularity and narrowing in the area where the contrast is staying back. This would suggest that the contrast is actually probably lining the wall of the urethra and it's so tight that it's not able to actually exit out. A lot of there is no vesico-ureteric reflux.
Yeah.
A 60-year-old man, sir, he has underwent TURP 3 years ago. And after that, since 1 year, he's having progressive LUTs. And this is the imaging of the patient, sir.
Well, with the history of a TURP,
Yes.
the extensive narrowing of the entire urethra, starting from the meatus, penile urethra, proximal distal bulbar urethra, would suggest that this may be either, it is probably an iatrogenic stricture
Yes.
related either to faulty instrumentation or even to catheter urethritis. There may be a bad infection post-operatively, and we've seen this happen after TURP. If the catheter patient gets a reaction or gets a bad infection, or even if there is a traumatic introduction of the resectoscope, one can land up with a stricture post-operatively in this sort of a patient. I presume there is no skin evidence of BXO on this patient because he said he's had a TURP.
No, sir, he didn't have BXO.
Is there evidence of BXO?
No, sir.
Yes. So, you see with that. So this is obviously an iatrogenic stricture. The other thing that you must remember is that some of these patients have get a long stricture of the entire urethra, penile urethra, right up to the distal bulb, is unconscious patients or head injury patients who have been in the ward and have been catheterized. They get a urethritis and prolonged catheterization, and as a result of which they get a complete narrowing of the urethra. So these patients can either be treated with a staged procedure or even with a single procedure, non-BXO. Therefore, a mechanics flap urethroplasty would probably be, because he's an older person, you might even offer him a permanent perineal urethrostomy.
Yes, sir. We have actually done perineal urethrostomy in this case, sir, because he was not willing for recurrent repeated procedures.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, one can see very clearly here the underfilling of the anteurethra, complete narrowing.
Yes.
One of the things that is missing here, which we see in patients with BXO, is the presence of literitis. I don't see the evidence of literitis. There's intravasation into the spongiosal ducts, into the spongiosum. It
Yes.
doesn't seem to be there on this X-ray. This may be a point to observe in patients, BXO versus non-BXO patients.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
This is a 40-year-old man with periurethral abscess and scrotal abscess. He underwent incision and drainage, and after that, upon evaluation for LUTS, this was the imaging, sir.
Is there any evidence of this must be BXO changes also there on the skin, or no BXO?
Yes, no, sir, he didn't have BXO.
So obviously a long stricture.
Yes.
Long stricture in the entire anterior penile urethra. involving also the distal and mid-bulbar urethra.
Yes.
Only the proximal bulbar urethra is distended and appears to be reasonably normal. And this sort of history would suggest a chronic the chronic irritation and stricture as a result, unless it's been unless this patient has had a past history of instrumentation, dilatation, etc.
Okay, sir.
Was there a history of dilatation in the past? Because he presented with a periurethral abscess. So obviously this is related to the stricturing. But how did the stricture happen in the absence of BXO and any other procedure? He must have had the stricture and then regular dilatations as a result of it. And the other thing you want to observe here is that you see that the cannula, the area of the urethra,
Yes, sir.
which is the meatus, that appears to be more distended than the rest of the mid-penile shaft urethra.
Yes, sir.
So you see this part. So obviously there has been some procedure done on this patient somewhere along the line. It looks like, otherwise how did this stricture happen? Because the meatus is all right. Of course, in BXO you can get skip lesions. You can get sometimes just isolated bulbar urethral strictures, but invariably the skin will show some changes. The skin will show some changes, and the meatus also shows some changes.
Yes, sir.
Is there any other history in this patient?
He has a history of some instrumentation done in past, sir, but details were not available. Probably it was done in the remote area.
Yeah,
Dilation might have been done, sir.
quite possible to produce such a narrowing of the entire urethra
Yes.
for what appears to be a very tight stricture in the bulb.
Yes.
To me, it looks as though the bulbar urethra was the culprit, and all the rest of his urethra has been probably narrowed down as a result of faulty.
MCU of that patient, sir.
Yes, you can see that the bladder just show evidence of cystitis. There's irregularity of the bladder wall. Capacity is good, and just observe that on this voiding, that the bladder neck is all right. Doesn't show that degree of shouldering which was seen in the first X-ray that we saw. So you know you're not able to see your bladder neck accurately, but
Yes.
if it was shouldering, you would see it very much more apparent. So this phenomenon of shouldering doesn't happen in every patient. It's there in the very tight strictures where there is some degree of hypertrophy of the bladder neck. So here again, there is dilatation of the posterior urethra and then narrowing into a
Bulbar.
proximal
Proximal.
bulbar stricture.
Yes.
And then there is, of course, the distal urethra, which is seen on the RGU, is completely narrowed down again.
Yes.
There is some contrast flowing down the urethra,
Yes.
but the degree of dilatation of this urethra is far less than the bulbar urethra or even the prostatic urethra. Normally, when you do a voiding, you should be able to see all the parts of the urethra acting in synchronous fashion. The
Yes.
bladder neck, the waist, the posterior urethra should be distended well. The bulbar urethra should be more distended, and the penile urethra should be of a normal caliber, exiting at the meatus. This should be all one uniform tube.
Yes.
The only anatomical any areas of physiological narrowing will actually open up when the patient is actually voiding. So it should be one continuous tube,
Yes.
which apparently is not the case in these patients who have got a stricture.